Welcome back, everyone. It's time for another installment of Doll of the Week. Now, last week we started with dolls from 1982, which is about when I started collecting dolls and figures. And this week I thought we would continue along that same road and do a couple more dolls from 1982. So, to start with, here is the first one that we're going to talk about today. This is, you can see here, Twirly Curls Barbie. And she really does have some twirly curls, especially if you use the enclosed apparatus, I'm going to call it for lack of a better word, to twirl her hair. Now you notice the little girl also has that, so maybe she used that on her own hair, I don't know. But Twirly Curls was kind of a fun doll for kids, I'm sure. Now, I didn't use it in that way. I didn't play with the dolls. I got this when I worked at Sears, I believe, and she's the typical blonde Barbie, as you see. Nice bright pink dress with the silver belt, which was important back then. Also, you see that she has several other things that come with the doll. Combs, bows, or whatever those are, ribbons for her hair. She also has, you can't hardly see it here in the box, but the purple chair she can sit in. So this is Twirly Curls Barbie from 1982. Now, I didn't necessarily get all these dolls in 1982. They're just from 1982. Now, Twirly Curls had another interesting aspect to her that some dolls at this time did, and that was that she came in several versions. So you have the regular blonde Barbie Twirly Curls, but also I want to show you this version, which is the African American version of Twirly Curls. Same doll, but just in an African American version. And, you know, they typically would therefore put an African American child on there, which was kind of nice, I thought, although I don't know why they couldn't have mixed them. Here's the same little girl with the doll on the back, and it's the same outfit, same accessories. It's just the African American version. Now, what I thought was interesting also was when they first came out with an African American Barbie. That was in 1980, I believe, and that was just called Black Barbie. That's the name, and she had a much different look. We can talk about her another time, but this doll is just Barbie. They didn't feel the need to say Black Barbie or Christy, which was previous to that the friend of Barbie, which Christy went on for years as one of the friends of Barbie. It was a black doll. So this is the African American version, and you might not be able to notice, but whoever had this originally, and I got this on eBay not too long ago, must have had it in the sun because the dress is faded. I don't know if you can see the difference, but this one's almost coral color at this point because of the fading, which is too bad. The last one I want to show you in this series is the Hispanic version. Barbie, well, actually Mattel, was always really good starting in the 80s with diversity and having, you know, Asian dolls, Hispanic dolls, of course the regular Caucasian dolls, and African American dolls. And I always thought that was great. I always liked the other dolls better for some reason. It was just more interesting to me. So same type of pictures. We got a Hispanic little girl. I would have loved to see a little boy on one of these, but that was a little too far for them at the time. So here she is on the front too. So this is Hispanic Twirly Curls. This was a hard to find one. This doll is worth more than the others probably are. Generally costs more if you buy it. Not at the time. At the time they were all the same price, but I mean since then. It's just a rarer doll and harder to find, as I said. And I got a good deal on this when I bought it on eBay, but a lot of times it's a lot more. So this is Hispanic Twirly Curls, and I thought she was a very pretty doll. So that's the Twirly Curls. It's an interesting doll. One other thing I wanted to show you about that was this is one doll out of the box. Now this is actually not Twirly Curls Barbie. This is Angel Face Barbie. She was, I purchased her, I believe, at a flea market, but I recognized the dress, and I did not have one out of the box, so I thought that would be kind of interesting, and probably just got her for a few dollars. Dress is in very good condition for as old as it is. I mean, you're talking about 22 years, and or 32, so my mind's not quite there right now, but a long time. And she's as you can see, pretty angelic faced, but somebody has used the makeup that came with Angel Face Barbie to make her a little extra rosy on the cheeks. So it's not quite what she looked like originally, but this is a doll. We would discuss it another time too. But that's the dress I wanted to show you. She's got a nice little slit there going up quite high, and she's got the ruffles on the side. So ruffles were big back then, as we said last week. Okay, moving on. The next two dolls that I want to talk about are a pair, and that is, these are friends of not Dorothy, friends of Barbie. They may be friends of Dorothy too, I don't know. But this is Bride and Groom, Tracy and Todd, and you see them there, and there's the names with the famous Barbie font at the time that was used. And on these boxes on the back, you also see the rest of the wedding party. You've got Barbie and Ken standing up for their friends Tracy and Todd. And by the way, here's a close-up of Tracy in the gown or dress. And peeking out the corner is that evil little Skipper. I never really was a fan of Skipper, but anyway, there she is. But Tracy was a nice doll that was pretty. Very lacy and ruffly again. I actually do have one to show you out of the box. This is the one that I originally purchased back in the 80s. And again, these are from 1982. But here she is. And she has not been, you know, she looks pretty new and pretty good for that old of a doll. So that's Tracy. Here's the back of the dress, by the way. And, you know, this is when they use, I don't know if you can see it there, but they used metal snaps at the time. And that's unusual. I mean, nowadays it's all Velcro. And between the metal snaps and the Velcro, they used plastic snaps. So that's what progressed in that. Okay, so that's Tracy. And then Todd. Todd has this wonderful purple and purple tux with silver pants, or grayish silver, and the little purple bow tie. Now you see the price on that. It says $9.88. It's from a place called Toy World that I'm not familiar with, but I purchased this somewhere else over the years. So that's Todd. Same back, by the way. And here's a close-up of him. And then I do have a Todd out of the box. That's from the original. Now, a lot of these, or not a lot, but some of these cans had a problem, and this one does, with waists. Over the years, their waist got quite loose and wobbly, as you see here. And it's held on by a rubber band that's inside. That's the way they're made. But Ken is, or not Ken, I'm sorry, Todd, he has the silver pants, and over the years, they tend to get a little loose in the waist, so you start seeing his belly button there that he doesn't have actually. And but this outfit fits him pretty well, and it's done, you know, obviously the doll when it's in its prototype is going to be perfect, but when they mass produce dolls like they do, they are not always perfect. So this is in pretty good shape for being as old as it is, and it certainly makes a good groom for Tracy. And so there you have them, Tracy and Todd from 1982. These are a great pair from that year. Thanks again, everyone, and we will see you next week. Take care.